Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to upload you important questions for term test. I hope you all having term test on 12th or some day about this month itself, because different zone having different timetable. For example, Bangalore North, Bangalore South, and like different districts having different timetable. But anyhow, you are going to attempt the term test. So I hope the syllabus are same for every places of the people or a student. So let me know. So I already posted important questions from the typical configuration and boolean algebra, and that basic concepts of oops. So even though I'm going to write again the oops concept important question, and logic gates also I already displayed in my previous videos, so please check out that videos. You can get a more important question. So in this session I'm going to explain you that or important questions which was comes from that oops concept. So oops concept is object oriented programming languages. So in this concept the most expected question is applications on applications on oops is most important for 3 marks question. And same way, advantages, applications and advantages of oops. And one more important question is difference between OOP and POP. So object oriented programming and procedural oriented programming. See students or viewers, these three questions are the most important and expected questions which come from oops concept, especially they are going to ask for the 3 marks. So okay, so I hope you all understand from the oops concepts. Next, let's come into the classes and objects chapter. Classes and objects. So okay students, in this chapter the most expected and important question is access specifier. Access specifier, so this is the most expected question. So in access specifier, you all know there are three types. One is private, public and protected. For these three types you have to write the definition, and you have to write one program, example program for this. So in one example program all three access specifiers should present. So that type of program you have to write as an important question or example program. ಸೊ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈಯರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತು, ಸಿಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್, ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್, ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೂರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್, ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಅಂತೂ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ನ ನೀವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ classes and objects. Member function. In member function there are two member functions. One is inside the class definition, another one is outside the class definitions. So students please observe here, for inside class definition you have to read the definition and syntax and one example, and outside the class definition you have to write definition, syntax and example. See sometimes they are going to ask write example program for ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ನೀವು ಎರಡೂ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಬೆಟರ್ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎರಡೂ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ 3 ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ it's very useful for you, because many times they are going to ask individual, sometimes they are going to ask so write example program for both inside and outside. So better to read all those things. And the next most important questions is array of objects. So this is also very important questions for 5 marks, and you have to explain the array of the objects, one definition and one syntax and one example program. So these three are the most expected questions in classes and objects. And next, coming to the next chapter is function overloading. Function overloading. So in this chapter, very easy to identify the most expected question. So that question is, one is inline function. So another one is a friend function. See students, very important question for 5 marks question. If you are going to attempt a midterm or no small test or an annual exam, these two are the most expected question. That too part D. Inline function means you have to write definition and the syntax and one program. Friend function definition, syntax and the program. And one more important question is you have to know the characteristics of inline and friend functions. That is also very important for characteristics of inline function, characteristics of friend function, and one example program, and here also one example program with the syntax and characteristics. And one more thing is advantages of inline function and friend function. These are the most expected questions for the examination. So and the next chapter is after function overloading, which is the next chapter, that is a constructor and destructor. Constructor and destructor. In constructor and destructor, very simple to identify the important question. That is the first question is of what is constructor. This is very important question, and you have to know the types of constructor. And one more important thing is there are three many types of constructor. One is parameterized constructor, default, another one is copy constructor. You have to know the example program for default, copy, default constructor and copy constructor. For these two types of constructor, you have to know the separate example programs. The copy constructor is the most important question, so they're going to ask copy constructor very frequently. And next thing is you have to write the destructor program. Destructor program also very important. See, one constructor program you have to know, one destructor program, and default constructor, copy constructor. These, for all this you have to read the programmings. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಕೇಳುವಂಥ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾಪಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರು, ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟು ತುಂಬ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಓಪ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪ್ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸು ಕೂಡ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟು ನೀವು ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಓದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಮ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.